It's always necessary to balance learning with integration, new information with integration. One is just as important as the other. Okay, so today we're going to do a quick recap of all the important points. First point, stretch it out, move the areas of your body that are stiff or have tension. It's always good to do that before the meditation because in the meditation we want to be, number one, super relaxed, and number two, super still. And if we have already tension before we start, we're going to begin to feel it so quickly and it's going to be uncomfortable. So that's the first thing. Release all the tension. Everybody knows their own body. Everybody knows how to move to release whatever tension accumulates for you. And where we are nice and loose, we can choose a position where we are going to be as still as possible, as still as a photograph, because a still body will reflect a still mind. We can call this meditation like an integration meditation. And to integrate means simply to not think more about what you just learned, not think more about whatever your drama is momentarily or your lesson or the things you learn and stuff, your aha moments, none of that, the big chunks of information you just learned. Integrate is we already let the brain do its part and now we need the body to absorb the knowledge so that it doesn't stay only in the head but begins to percolate to the rest of our being, to understand it with the heart, to understand it with the stomach, to understand it with the whole body. We need to place our attention there and not to the mind where all the aha and the amazing stuff happened. Okay, that already happened there. There was some understanding. Okay, now I get it. And now it's time for the rest of the body to get it. And then the best way to do that is to meditate. And it's not that easy to switch states, but every time you meditate, you're one step closer. The step of simply training yourself to inhabit more your body, be more in the present moment. Don't be too attentive to the thoughts all the time. And if you are, it's also okay. It's very natural, but at least know that you are not the thoughts and you're not trapped there. If you really want to, you can go like, okay, what am I thinking of? What am I thinking of is the hack. And then, this kind of thought, interesting. And that's your opportunity to tell that thought, okay, you can exist there where you are. I can exist here where I am. We're not one and the same. And I'll just get back to you later because it is super interesting. That really caught my attention and I really want to investigate more. But now I decided that I was going to meditate. And so I simply choose to look the other way and start to pay attention to the body, to the breathing, to the noises, to the present moment. All right, so let's start by doing the 3 breaths. These 3 breaths are like a little ritual within the big ritual. The ritual to sit here and meditate and listen to me, or do it on your own. That's a ritual. And inside this ritual is first a part where we give information. That's using the head, and that's the blah blah part. And after the ritual, we are in a different space. We're in a higher frequency, we're meditating. We're no longer in information mode, we're in sensation mode. What do you sense? And so on. So it's a very different state of consciousness. And we're going to mark it and press it into the body memory that when we do this breathing exercise and we inflate the lungs so much, and we relax like that and we oxygenate, that when we do that, we connect it, that when we finish doing that, we are in a very high frequency. I like the sound of that. Okay, so we are stretched in, have no tension, and we choose a position where we know we can be still for some minutes at a time. It's okay if after a few minutes you feel like you gotta wiggle it again, that's fine, or change position altogether, that's also fine. And let's do the breathing now. First, we push out the air through the mouth and breathe in through the nose. Hold and relax. And sigh out. Second time, breathe in through the nose. A little more. Hold and relax. And sigh out. Last time, breathe in through the nose. More. Hold and relax. And sigh out. So immediately we go to the tip of the nose and put our awareness there. We're training the body memory to connect after the breathing, to connect, to be with the breath immediately. The breath is always there. The breath is just around the corner. The breath can only exist in the present moment. And it's so delicious to really feel into your own breath. It's so nice, so soothing, so relaxing. When you follow every nuance, the sound it makes when it enters the nose, the way you feel the fresh air inside the nostrils as it's coming in, and then when the air is coming out, you feel it warm and moist at the same point in the nose. You notice the difference in temperature. And then you notice that you can follow your breath, follow it wherever it wants to go. The air goes now inside the lungs and inflates the lungs in all directions. And you can totally feel the movement inside your chest. You can feel the rubbing of the clothes against your skin as your chest is moving because the lungs are inflating and deflating. And you can feel a lot more. Maybe you're allowing the air to go all the way down to the bottom part of the lungs, and this is making your stomach come out when you're breathing. And you feel the movement of the stomach. And now you're feeling this virtual cycle of relaxation, because if your muscles are relaxed, then more air can enter, inflating the lungs even more, giving you a deeper inner body massage, relaxing you even further. And you begin to get acquainted with this type of awareness relaxation, I become aware of a part of my body and I can feel it. And I can know if I am tense there or not because I am feeling it. And then I go like, why am I tense? I can release it. Why am I tensing myself like that? You begin to relax in the whole body at once. You can relax the upper back. You can relax the hips. And the shoulders and the legs and the arms. And the head and the jaw. The whole face. The fingers, the toes, the scalp. Everything is hyper relaxed all at once. Now you're really soft inside and not resisting the flow of energy anywhere in your body. Now the energy can really begin to flow. Now you really begin to ground to the earth because there is no resistance in the body. And now you can really begin to connect to what is higher than us and begin to sense this movement of energies. And all the while you are sensing the relaxation in your body, the hardness of the floor supporting our weight, the sensation of the breeze in our cheeks, the sensation of the sounds. All the while you are aware also of your breath and how it sounds and how it feels entering your lungs. And the idea is that you begin to understand the difference between the two states of consciousness. How does the thinking realm feel like? How does the present moment awareness feel like? Very different feeling, sensation, awareness. When you catch yourself in thoughts, it feels like, oh man, I don't even know how long ago I am in this train of thought. It could be a minute and I wasn't even listening to the guided meditation. I was in some train of thought. Interesting. That's what it feels like. And when you are in the present moment, in the cocoon of the sweet spot, it feels like relaxation. It feels like beautiful sounds. It feels like body awareness. It feels like befriending your own body, teaching it how to be relaxed. It feels like the sensation of energies I had never felt before in this magnitude, being able to follow the flow of energy as it goes up, as it goes down, as it goes around the whole body. And then another amazing thing that we can experience in this state of consciousness, that is the awareness of the present moment, is that we can be 100% aware of different things simultaneously. So you can be 100% aware of your breathing and how it feels and sounds, while at the same time you're 100% aware that you are relaxed in all your body. And at the same time you're 100% aware of every nuance of the sounds around us. All three things simultaneously. 100 plus 100 plus 100. You can try it. Body awareness, sensation of the breath and sounds. It's because the present moment is multidimensional, non-linear. So for the next 10 minutes or so, let's practice awareness of whatever is happening, awareness of whatever is going on, whether it is our thoughts or our breathing, our energies moving, quantum healing, aha moments, visions, emotions that want to be listened to, the sounds of nature, maybe some more thoughts, and then awareness of that brings us back to the present moment. And let's do this in silence for about 10 minutes. At your own pace, you can begin to come back.